have I got in my pocket? Pocket little rocket. So I've loaded a fresh load of 24 film, and we're going to find out why film photography is so popular these days. As you can see, it fits in my pocket perfectly. It's solid as, full auto, full automatic. It's got everything that you need. Range finder, so for focus, and we're going to test out. Beautiful day today here in Sydney. I'm out at Prospect Reservoir. I've done this once about 2 years ago. So I thought I'd give this a go. Hopefully the film works. This is the first time I'm using it. I've just bought it off eBay. So Jerry, let's go this way and we'll take a photo. Now the beauty of this camera, you put it on auto. First take the lens cap off. Jerry, you going to help me take a photo? Of course you are. You always help me, Jerry. So I'm putting it on A for automatic. And before you wind the film up, press the shutter button, F11, and it'll tell you. So, alright, so let's wind it up. There it is. Simple. The beauty of film cameras, the beauty of automatic is it's automatic. Now, of course, you can use the manual mode for this, but today I'm just going to shoot automatic. That's the whole point. It's a nice little compact range finder. As you can see, it fits in my pocket, so it's awesome. And it's so sturdy. I can't believe how sturdy and solid it is. Jerry, you want to go for another walk down there? Now, why do people like film? So why do people like film? Well, one of the reasons, I think anyway, is that it's tactile. So the feel of it, the moving parts, you're actually doing something with your hands. I mean, you're always doing things with your hands anyway, but I don't know, it's that tactile feel. It's the loading of the film, you know, it's the replacing of the light seals. If you saw my other video, it's just things like that where it's the tactileness of it, where you're actually engaged with the camera. You know, the camera's not doing everything for you 100%. I mean, digital, you still have to muck around and everything, but I guess it's that harping back to the whole manual way of doing things, you know. When everything becomes too automatic, you kind of lose that, where's my place in this? What am I doing here? Jerry, what am I doing here if it's all automatic? Jerry, don't you walk off. Learning. That's one good thing about film cameras, is that you learn a lot, because digital you learn too. Obviously it's the same concept, you know, the three triangles, ISO, shutter and aperture. But with film, you kind of you have to make sure that you get it right, so you have to study it, and otherwise you're going to keep, you know, wasting bloody film for one thing. But you learn better anyway with film, so because you have to figure out the aperture. I mean, I know this is in automatic mode, but when that doesn't work, fun, that's the other thing. It's just fun, that's all. Nothing too scientific about it. It's just really fun shooting with film. Film has a like I said before, a tactile nature about it, where, you know, from the loading to the developing to, you know, getting it right. Jerry, you catch the fly, did you? Did you catch the fly? Yeah, so it's just fun to shoot film and see, and that anticipation of is it going to work? You can't chimp and check the back of the camera, so there's that kind of, you know, I hope they turned out right. Obviously, when you're new to it, you know, you're always going to make mistakes, and eventually, but even professionals can get it wrong and come home. You know, I'd hate to be a wedding photographer and the whole day was wasted when all the photos didn't turn out. I mean, there are negatives to film, obviously, everyone knows that, but yeah, it's the fun factor. So that's hey Jerry, just like you're the fun factor. All right, Jerry, come on. Now the close focusing range is 3 feet. So what's 3 feet, Jerry? That's 2 foot, 3 feet. So about here. That's as close as I can get. All right, and that's a shit shot. I'm not going to waste a film shot on that. Yeah, don't use it for macro. There. That's what the range finder lines up there. 7 feet. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about right. There's too many things in the way, but it helps if I cock the film. And what am I at? 500 speed was f11. It's cool. That's one other thing. It's just cool. It's cool to shoot film. Hey Jerry, come on, this way. You know, maybe for us old farts, we're thinking, what the hell, man? Give me digital any day. I don't want to go back to that crap. Hey Jerry, up. Jerry, come on, up. Up. Good girl. So, you know, but young kids these days, hipsters I call them, they love the whole retro feel to it. I mean, let's face it, all these young people these days, they love retro. Even I used to like retro stuff when I was a kid, you know, in my 20s. I used to love shit that was in the 70s. Now, kids these days, they're loving the old film, you know, because they grew up with digital, and you know, they're probably thinking, oh wow, this is so cool, look at me, I'm a hipster. And you got to have the right, you know, gear with it. You got to have your bag and and the right leather case. So I mean, I must admit, I fall into the same trap. I think it's a cool thing, and I used to do it back in the 90s. It's cool being a hipster. That's got that appeal to it as well, you know. And I mean, you can't get any more hipster than this. Check it out, Jerry, check this out. I mean, that is one cool looking retro camera. It has a cool factor to it. That's why people love film still, you know. Jerry. Jerry, nobody home. Nobody home, Jerry. I think the other thing that film is good for is, not sure if this counts, but it's the cheapest full frame experience you'll ever have. Hey Jerry, yeah, because it's obviously 35mm full frame was based on you know, someone taking a movie reel back in 1900, flipping it that way. I think the guy from Leica, wasn't it the Leica guy, or I don't know, someone flipped the film, 35mm film, which is what they used to use movies for, and made full frame. That's what full frame is. So film is the cheapest way you'll ever get into full frame. And the advantages are obviously better depth of field in this case for film. Dynamic range, I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm speaking out of my ass there. It sounds good anyway. I shoot full frame. Image quality. Well, you're all going to say, yeah, image quality. What are you talking about, Rob? You've got, you know, you got a $20,000 Leica. Of course, the image quality is going to be better in digital, but let me just line this up first before we talk about that. Yes, Jerry, look. Beautiful one, actually. Should take some digital photos today. It's a beautiful day. Okay, so I tried some bracketing here. You can't do that with film cameras. Hey, Jerry, you probably could, but I don't know how the hell that would happen. How would you do that? You'd have to superimpose on no, I don't think you can. Exposure bracketing I'm talking about. Only can be done in digital. So this is my digital version of the same shot.